Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome to another Smite commentary, and for this one we'll be playing some Bellona in Assault. And we have a pretty interesting comp. We don't have any mages, we do have two guardians, and the two guardians we have do have a lot of damage. I mean, you have Bacchus, everyone knows how much damage he can do, and we have the Ganesha, and a lot of people underestimate Ganesha, but if you give him a little bit of pen, his one will do about 400 damage. Or is capable of doing that amount of damage. And his ultimate can completely destroy you if you get CC'd into it. So that's definitely a very good use to have. As for this particular game, not sure yet if I want to level my 2 or my 3. A couple of reasons. The 2, if it gets interrupted, you don't get a lot of use out of it. I feel like basic attacking with the 2 is pretty useless. It is AoE, so that can be of use, but other than that, it will only make you slower. And your 3, the basic attack with your 3, will have more range and a heal component to it. So in that regard, it's just a lot better. But the fact that it can get interrupted, your 2, is a major issue. But if you look at the opponents, it is still a bit of a risk to level my 2. But I kind of want to try it out. Athena can taunt to get me out of it. Apollo can mess, so going for the 2 on the Apollo is almost not possible, I feel like, unless I charge it up away from him and dunk down at the maximum range. The detonation from the Noir clay soldiers can be used. It's a little bit slower, so I'm not sure if she'll be able to manage it in time. And you have, of course, Artemis. She'll have to use her ultimate to do so, and that's probably worth it for me if I can force that out that way. The other reason why my 3 might be better is because they have 2 ADCs. And with 2 ADCs you... Ooh, that's... I forgot that the knockup from the Apollo dash also interrupts it. Unfortunate. But yeah, another upside to my leveling my 3 is the amount of attack speed I get. Will be pretty high. Wow, that was a very good Medusa ultimate, and it will be first blood, and we will be able to pick up the Zeus too. And I'll just disarm the Artemis for good measure. But damn, all 3 of them looked into that ultimate. They got destroyed. Well done by the Medusa. It's all about the timing, I feel like, with Medusa. Of course, when someone is paying enough attention, they won't be fooled by it. Can we dunk? Yes, we can. They won't be stunned by it. They won't face it. You can always dodge it, but there are situations where when there are so many abilities used... Oh, that was a very good trap. No, I'm too young. That sucks. Okay, that was a very good trap by the Artemis, not gonna lie. But yeah, back to my point. What was my point again? I really have the memory of a potato. That's fine. Oh, that's Uller. Oh, Uller actually survived. I think he had like 1 HP at max. Kinda lucky there. But yeah, anyway. This should be... yeah, we should be fine. Oh yeah, about facing with Medusa. Ah, now I remember. Come on, look. She taunted before I was able to use my 2, so she didn't interrupt it. Was able to use it again. But yeah, with the Medusa ultimate, if a lot of abilities are used, then you don't always hear the sound from the Medusa ultimate. And that can really put you in an awkward spot, since it will just allow you to use it without, or with a higher probability of your opponents not even noticing it. Like, we'll be able to get the tower, and we should be able to get the Athena too. And it looks like the minions were able to pick, or the minion was able to pick up the Athena. Giving me the credit for that one. But my entire team is so low on HP. Looks like the Apollo will dunk down and get destroyed. Well, I'll die here anyway. I mean, I could have tried to run, but we don't really have the regen. I'd rather just back, since I have a lot of gold. Well, a good amount of gold. Let's keep it at that. So I can spend it for a little bit more HP. And that will allow me to fight longer the next time. Looks like the Medusa will get Doven. I don't think she had an opportunity to do anything. She had her ultimate, so that's something that she might have been able to use. But it's still a rough one. Definitely a rough one. Next item will be Frostbound. It will allow me to stick to the targets a little bit better. It's also a good counter for the hunters. Once I basic attack one of the hunters, they'll be slowed with their, well, movement as well as their attack speed, which can be very, very valuable. And of course, it's they have very little amount of movement abilities. Artemis has an increase in speed. Apollo has his mass and his dash to kind of get him out of safety, but the Nua only can use her ultimate to really get some form of distance, but it takes so long that you'll actually be able to catch up to her if she uses it. Let's see, nice, able to hit that one. Decent damage, hitting all my abilities on her. She won't have a lot of HP left. Yeah, as you can see, she's pretty low, about 20%, a little bit less. That's actually the thing that you can use pretty well against Nua. Once you have hit her once, you'll see the damage numbers, and the damage numbers will kind of go or kind of above the head of someone, so they will move a little bit as they move while they have been damaged, and that way you can kind of use it to locate someone. With Nua it's a little bit easier because she has to be inside of the fog range, so you can kind of estimate where she will be anyway. But it can also be used on the other one, and then I mean the Loki. It's a bit more difficult with Loki since he is increased in his movement speed. Nice, can we get him? Let's body block him inside that Ganesh ult. Very good Ganesh ult, by the way. But yeah, it's just, that's pretty good. That's the main reason what I mentioned with Ganesh having a lot of damage if played properly. You saw there that I was just trying to body block the Zeus into that Ganesh ultimate, and it does a lot of tick damage. And in the end I was able to pick up the kill. Well, actually I think that Ganesh ult got that kill. I'll just use my 3 to finish that off. I think the Ganesh ult got the kill, but because of his passive it transferred to me, which I'm totally fine with, of course. But nice. Let's see. I don't really want to focus the Athena too much, although if she really wants to do it, let's try to block. Ooh, nice dash. She actually held that pretty well. I tried to dash in front of the Athena to block her dash, but she anticipated it or didn't dash just yet. I was able to get in between two of my teammates, well, me and a teammate. Just barely though, but it was a nice escape by the Athena. Do have a lot of gold again. I have enough levels on my hand too to get my second relic, so dying at this stage doesn't really matter too much. But since I'm full HP, it would be a waste to just throw it away. The best thing you can do is just try to take someone with you as you die, as long as your entire team doesn't die for it. I feel like quite important that not your entire team dies, because otherwise they'll just be able to push, get your Phoenix maybe, depending on the level you're at. I think at this level they won't be able to get the Phoenix because it takes them a long time to get from their Phoenix to ours. They will probably be able to get our tier 2, which would be pretty annoying. Let's go for the Zeus. Nice Aegis by the Zeus. He will deny a lot of damage. Artemis stuck in that ultimate. Oh, poor Artemis. She gets stunned by the Medusa ultimate onto that Ganesha ultimate. That just ticks away at the life. That can do so much damage. I have had games with Ganesha where I did like, I don't know, 1500 damage on one enemy because my ultimate ticked for 250 each tick. And then it just completely blown up because I was able to use my 3 when she was stuck in it. But okay, that's fine. Let's see, what do I want to get? They do have 3 magicals, so I think that getting these Shoguns will help me out a lot. It'll also help out the team. I mean, we have 2 ADCs, we have the Medusa and the Ula. Both use basic attacks a lot. I use basic attacks a lot myself. It is a high percentage, it's 25% additional attack speed. A lot of the pure basic attack oriented items don't even provide it. Not that much at least. So that's definitely a lot of attack speed to give for your entire team for such a cheap price. It's a very good item. Shoguns is definitely not an item to underestimate. It is such a powerful tool to have, especially if you have some gods that use basic attacks. But even if you have a lot of warriors who don't rely on the basic attacks too much, I've had extreme good uses for it. You can also, it helps you burn through phoenixes as well. Nice dodge by the new one. Come on. Ah, she got healed. That was so bad on my part. Let's just try to slam down onto the Zeus. He will deal a lot of damage if we let him. So we need to make sure that we don't let him get too much. Tina will be slowed. She will fall down. And we slow the Apollo. And that will be pretty easy. You see me kind of staying to the side of him. A lot of times I'll try to body block like I'm doing here. But with Apollo you don't really want to do that. There are a couple of gods where it's actually more risky or will make it easier for them to get away from you if you do that. Apollo is one of them since he has a knock-up component to his dash. Same goes for Karen. If you try to body block him from the front, he'll just dash through you, push you behind him, and that way get away. That is one of the kind of downsides to it. Same goes for Sun Wukong. If he goes for his Ox Form, he'll just knock you up. It's still sometimes a good idea to body block, of course, if their dashes are down or they are silenced or CC'd so they can't use them. Then it's not bad at all to use it. Let's see if we can go for the Zeus. Zeus is again the main damage dealer on that part. Let's see if we can body block him. He's so stuck. It looks like the Athena is stuck in the Ganesh ultimate. Only the Artemis and Apollo are left alive. I'll try to box with the Artemis as much as I can. I will fall down to the Apollo though. But it looks like my entire team is still alive, so I think they got everyone. And they have 30 seconds to finish this. No way they are going to let this one go. Even without the attack speed they get from my Shoguns. There's no way they won't be able to end this game. And that's going to be it. It's a pretty good game. Pretty fast one. Faster than I expected to be honest. I don't think we would have had late game though, so I'm glad we were able to win this quite fast. Because if you have an Artemis, an Apollo, a Nuwa, Zeus late game, that is scary. They can do so much damage in such a short amount of time. It doesn't really matter if you build a lot of HP or defense. They'll just completely destroy you if they have the opportunity. So definitely not a bad one to have finished this rather quickly. Ooh, gems. Sweet. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the damage. Not too bad. I mean, 30k damage. Second highest out of everyone. The other one is Zeus. To be fair, I kind of expected Zeus to have the most damage. It's a Zeus. It is Assault. It is quite difficult to not be able to deal a lot of damage as Zeus in Assault, since you can use your 2-1 very easily, since there are no real ways to avoid it by standing behind something, which makes it quite annoying to deal with sometimes. This time around it kind of worked out. We have a lot of dive gods and some range damage with the Ula and the Medusa, but gods that can dive Zeus can do that pretty well, so to speak. Zeus is quite vulnerable for it, that's what I like to say, because as long as Zeus is CC'd or just has to worry about his life, he won't be able to deal as much damage. And when he's dead, he can't deal any damage, which is a good thing for us. So getting rid of him quickly was the main key to winning those fights. You saw me jump onto him the last couple of fights immediately. With that Frostbound, I can just put him in place. Someone else can follow up, mostly the Bacchus or the Ganesh. It's just a lot they can do with that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have a request, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.